Hi, I'm Pat Sloan. Welcome to my fireside chat. Sometimes Fridays, sometimes Saturday, like now, sometimes some other day of the week. Whatever works. I just am going to show you a few things I've been doing, some of the stuff that's coming up, talk about a couple cool things I have, and then I think I'm going to turn on the baby lock and do a little sew and flip corners on my Splendid Sampler blocks, which I have down here. So I wrote this morning, this is Saturday, I wrote this morning that I want to do a 12 days of be thankful posts within my Facebook group, Quilt Along with Pat Sloan. Because this time of year, it's easy to get sucked into a lot of the hustle and bustle, and we forget maybe to stop and just sort of recharge ourselves and be grateful for, and I think being grateful helps us do that. We'll have one thing. Every day I'll do one thing, and I'll give you a sort of a thought. You know, are you grateful for this? You know, what kind? And then I'll tell you mine, and then you tell me yours in the comments. And I'd love for you to read other people's, because I think it's really encouraging and it's very uplifting to read positive things and to make new friends. So if you read somebody's post, what they're grateful for, or somebody they're grateful for, or a thing, and it resonates with you, it clicks with you, leave them a note, say hi, make a new friend. Even though we're a fairly large group, that doesn't mean that you can't make friends. There's lots of people in our group who know each other, you see each other's posts, and you become very good friends. So that is starting tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday. I'm going to put the post in the evening. That way it's more people are on in the evening, so you know, like 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is my evening. That might be your afternoon or your really late evening, depending on what part of the world you're in. Okay, now for some fun stuff. I had a surprise box from the Fat Quarter Shop, which is where this t-shirt is from too. I'm going to put the links for everything down here. I had to have on a new cozy. Kimberly at the Fat Quarter Shop sent me several t-shirts. I'm such a lucky girl. She's so nice to me. She sent me several of these really awesome, soft, cozy, I feel like I'm wearing my jammies t-shirts. I love this one, this orange peel. Super cool. So I'll put links to everything, but she sent me a surprise box because I had heard, and they then sent it to me, that there's a new stash and store for the desktop, or for your, you know, your work table. And it's an exclusive color. Here it is. Da-da-da-da-da-da. It's ruby red, and it glitters. It glitters. I am so, so excited. These stash and stores are a tool that I use all the time on my cutting table. So here we go. So there's the edge of it, and they have some weight to them. So I'm able to put, I'll show you, I'll take the camera down here and do it, but I'm able to put things in here. This is a pliable insert, so you can push it and put things in there. And it's ruby red, and it glitters. It has some glitter. So let's take a look here, because I want to show you how I use it. So I've got a ruler. Generally, I like to put my rulers in there because I have a couple rulers that sit on the table. So I just stick it in like that, and they don't tip over, you know, unless I bang it, but you know, they don't tip over. They're real sturdy. You could put your rotary cutter in like that. You can also put some scissors in there so that when you're working, there's lots of little cubby places to put scissors. You could put a pen. But this is how I use it on my table all the time. And they're not super heavy, but they're nice and sturdy. So I will put a link because you will want a ruby red. At least I wanted a ruby red. I'll put the link so you can see all the colors, because they have aqua and pink. And for our gentlemen quilters in my group, hey guys, they have a gray and a navy. Not sure if they still have the gray. I'll look, but they have a navy one, which is great. You might like red. You might like pink. But sometimes even, you know, you might have a whole studio space that navy looks good. That's what you need. So that is my super fun thing. I just am so so excited to have the red one. You generally, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one on either end because my koala studio table is nice and big. Where this is sitting, it's my work table. You usually see the other half of it. I stand on that side a lot. But I iron on the end, and so I have one on this end, which is the cutting end, and then I have one on that end over there for the ironing station, because my ironing board is actually out on the end of the thing. Okay, I also have to, I had to clean my studio today because I came back right at the beginning. I left right before, right after Halloween. I left to go to the trade show. I came home. I was home for like 2 weeks where I was like hustling because we were going to leave for 2 weeks. And then I got home and had to do a lot of things. And my space had piled up. Things had just piled up. So today I took all those piles out and I found Christmas scissors. Look at them. They're so cute. And I didn't find just these, which I'm just excited about. I also found a little pair. I haven't even opened those yet. Little tiny Christmas scissors. So of course I have to open them and use them because it's time. It's the month. It's the season for using your Christmas scissors because everybody has a pair, right? If you don't, you should. You should have a pair. So I do. There's a couple other things I want to show you. Over the, what was it, day before yesterday, I think it was Thursday afternoon, I finally got my Christmas things down and did my decorating, which is mostly putting up quilts, and I have a lot of little snowmen statues that I collect, figurines that I collect. That's pretty much what I do. I keep it really simple. The shipping department bought me a gorgeous poinsettia plant. I'm going to do a bunch of pictures and show them next week for you. I'll do a post. But I figured this tin, I don't know if you remember me getting this tin, it came in, in between in that crazy 2 weeks I was home. And I thought, this is perfect. I need to put this in with my decorations, but I also think I will keep it in my studio all the time. There's 3 of them. So here, let me just show you. There's 3 sizes. So there is the big one, which has gorgeous hope, love, joy, peace. I think I can have that all the time with a polka dot lid. And then the plaid with the star on the top. And that has then inside another one. So I'm trying to decide what would I store in here. You know how these tops are. They loosen up as you actually use them. Oh, look at this, so cute. Joy and the polka dots. So I think, I don't know, maybe thread. I might put some thread in here. I might put I have a bunch of washi tape, like really cute tape. I might put that in some of them. But I think they're going to go in my living room for now so that I can enjoy them with my holiday decorations, because I have a lot of red and white holiday decorations. I need more. I always say that I'm going to go shopping and get more, but I haven't done it lately. All right. There's been some, I have to keep looking on my office assistant. I have to keep looking on the office assistant what I have over here. So everybody's getting their Let's Go Camping quilts finished. And a couple people have asked about how mine was quilted. And the wonderful Cindy and Dennis Dickinson, who quilt mine and also help me here at the website, they quilted mine. They sent it back, but I have yet to bind it. Here is the binding I'm going to use. That's the grunge dots. But let me see if I can kind of hold it up. I'll just put it down here. That'll work. I'll put it down on the table, and then I'll see about zooming in so that you go, okay, that's going to work. So that you can see part of the quilt. They did quilting for me sort of individual to the spaces rather than an overall. And so I love it. They did such a fabulous job. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit so that you can see. All right, so the corners here and several other places, there are spirals and stars and little bubbles. And then all of this inner sashing has bubbles, like just circles, circle, 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 one right after the other. Out in the border, let's see, you can see it. The border has, there's a star. Can you see the star? There's, get down here closer. There you can see it. You can see the big star over here. Then there's other stars and loops out in the border. So on the individual blocks, I'll pull out a bit here. On the individual blocks, they did a little bit more sort of quilting that fit the block. That'd probably be the best way to say it. So here's one of them where we've got this really neat flower, and then the spirals go out. So of course, you know, this block goes all the way out to the edge. And so it just takes it all the way out onto the edges there. And each block is done differently because they're all different kind of blocks. Let me see if we get another one. Here's one of the settings with the owls. And on here, there's a heart. So it's pretty cool. And one might not be as able to see it, but there you can see some of it. So each one's a little bit different. Let me just, I gotta show you one more. Here, one more with the cars. There we go. I think I got that one down. This is on my list to do binding. My 800 quilts that I need to do binding. There we go. So this one is spectacular. It's got these loops, and I just love it. It all turned out really cool. So they're all a little different, and when I have the binding done and I can show you the whole thing, I'll do some of them, you know, closer up so that you can see it. To give you some ideas on what you might want to do with yours. I also think because many, let's see, I'm going to put that down there. So many of our camping quilts have a lot of pattern because you were using novelty prints. A lot of you were using novelty prints, not everybody. So I think an overall is actually totally fine for a quilt like this because there's just so much pattern. It's like the fabric that's really the star of the quilt is your fabrics. So I think you should go for it. If you are doing it yourself, you can grid it, to lock in, and then each of those shapes, you could do just a meandering or an overall something really simple. You could check my Teach Me to Machine Quilt book for some samples, sort of go-to samples of how to quilt a quilt like that. It's kind of like your toolbox, have like some basics that you can always use and pull from. All right, what if I turn on the machine? I turn on my baby lock. My baby lock Destiny 2 is what I have here, and I want to sew on the corners. So let me show you what I'm going to do, because I have behind me on the wall there are the Splendid Sampler blocks. You know, for the Splendid Sampler book, I am doing I'm doing my own quilt now. You know, we have a quilt in the book with all 100 blocks that the designers made and Jane and I made, but I want my own version. I want my own quilt of 100. So this is, I'm taking each block and I'm putting a sashing on it. So that's what the red is there, is the sashing. And then, let's see, I'll come a little closer. This is Debbie Brown's block, which I think is so fantastic. Now for mine, I am going to put a corner on each one and sew corner to corner and then flip it. You know, that is how I'm doing the tans. And you can, when I take the camera back up here now, you'll see on the wall the other blocks behind me, which are sashed. Every other one is sashed in cream. So there's cream with little little blue dots, and then there's this red. And I have a little mix on the red. The cream will all be the same cream fabric, but with the reds, I have like 2 or 3 other fabrics that I'm mixing in on each row. There's 10 blocks across, so it'll be 10 by 10 for 100 blocks. We do have a few sample bonus blocks for the Splendid Sampler, but I'm not putting them in this quilt. I might make a little mini quilt with them, or put them in with my Splendid Sampler 1 blocks if I make them in that fabrics. So that is kind of what's going on with my plan. So I have these group of blocks. This is Betsy Chutchin's, this is Patrina's from Australia, and this is mine. These are from the last 2 weeks. And I need to do the corners. So while I'm sewing, what I want to do is, let's see if we can get it so that it's not so bright. There we go, so I can see a little better. Turn my light off, and I'm just doing straight sewing, corner to corner, very simple. And I'm going to turn on the laser beam, so you're going to be able to see the laser beam here. Right now I click the button so that when I stop, the pressure foot goes up, and there's my laser beam. You can see it guiding out here. Because what I'm going to be doing, the laser beam is built into many of the Baby Lock machines, and so you don't have to do anything but click the button and turn it on. And I will be sewing, you know, right along here. Whoops, let's see if I can get it any closer. I can't move the tripod, so there we go. Oh. So let me just lift the pressure foot, put this under, and I have the guide beam coming. I know you can't see that, but that's just the way it is because I'm not moving the tripod. But I'll take this out and show it to you. Whoops. There we go. Whoop, 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 whoop. Sorry. I'm upside down and backwards here because I'm so close I forgot where I was. All right, so there's where I did across. Now what I'm doing is sew and flip. We're doing this all the time on all my projects. So it's super easy, right? And this would be, you know, where it goes. Let me get this. Sorry. There we go. Now I got more space to work with. So I've got the sew and flip. Oh, I know, because I moved it, the camera. Now to trim this, where am I at? Sorry, let me get backed out. All right, it's the upper corner. To trim this, okay, I'm upside down and backwards. Sorry about that. Okay, to trim this, I am going to use a little round table mat, rotary mat rather, a rotating one that my friend Sue Daly gave me, which she put my name on. Oh my God, isn't that funny? I just love it. She gave it to me and she said, open it up, open it up. There we go. So if I am going to trim this, I can either, you know, use the regular ruler on a 1/4, because that's what I want. I want to be able to, I'm going to get it back close to me. So you have the sewing line here, and whoa, and I will put the 1/4 inch mark from a regular ruler and then trim. So where'd that rotary cutter go? So trim here, pull those away, and ta-da, I have my corner. That is what I will do with all of the blocks for the Splendid Sampler that I've got going on right now, because I am doing corners, getting the setting done, because I actually have all the blocks for the 3rd row, all 10 of them. I just need to do this setup on the borders so that I can sew those 3 rows together, and then I'll take a picture outside of you know, I'll hang it up on my clothesline in the backyard and get all 3 of those. Okay, that is what I'll be doing tonight, because I need to get all those finished. I also wanted to show you something else, a few other, let's see what I got back there. My friend Cindy sent me this fabric, and I think it is so darling. I just had to show it to you. I can't remember if I showed it to you or not, but the bears are so cute. Oh, I don't even have a bear showing. Oh, there they are. Let's see. See the bears. Aren't they darling? Oh my goodness. I just love them. I'll put a link to where that is for the bears. It's just, they're just so cute. One other thing is getting ready for, let me just tell you about a few things for next year, for 2019. We've got the 2 main sew-alongs, which are the Out of This World and My Flower Bouquet. And so those will be kicking off on right in the first of, part of January, when first of January, well, probably the first, not the first, but the 2nd of January. Then next year we'll also have the Aurafill, like I have this year, every year, which is a block a month, which is the 15th. I will get some other projects going that we can sew along with, because some people, now I'm talking about the beginning of the year, not later in the year, because some of you want the Winter Wonderland, which we'll do in the summer. So that's a book. I'll put the link. A lot of you got it during Black Friday, so you picked up the book for a really, really good deal. It was one of the really good deal books. And it's got a really cute quilt with a lot of image-based items, so with a frame around it. And you want to make that one. So I will do posts, probably do that in Facebook. Let's see. I also want to do the Perfect 10 book. I want to do something from that with the layer cakes. So I think layer cakes are fabulous, and a lot of us buy a layer cake and then we're like, well, what do we do with it? So I want to be sure that you have, sort of exposure to playing around with the layer cake. And I think that book is fabulous. It has really nice patterns in it, so we can do that. And the other big thing I have is the new die cut machine that I'll be working on and doing a lot of projects, showing you how to use it to cut. It's back in the corner, well, not in the corner, it's back on the table back there. Can you see the purple end over there? That is the Gemini machine, and I'll link you over so you can see the post I did the other day, because right now you can get the 25% off the machine in a box, a starter set of dies. That's, through the end of the year you can get that 25% off, which is really good, plus free shipping, so both domestic and international. And I just got in more dies that they sent me, because they have a lot of dies, and they always have new ones they're going to be developing. So that will be some videos I'll be doing, plus sharing the videos they have. Okay, so are you ready for the 12 days coming up tomorrow? You ready to have just one moment in the day that we take out and of our busyness, our December busyness, to reflect and make a new friend? I hope so. I'm ready. I'm Pat Sloan. Join me at my Facebook group, Quilt Along with Pat Sloan. And if you're looking for my projects, just go to patsloan.com and my name, and that will give you a list. And from there, you can go to everything else that's going on. All right, let's go sew.